there's been some pretty interesting stuff going on out in the world lately. Now, y'all are aware of how places such as the US, UK, etc. are hard pushing for these new COVID boosters and jabs on healthy kids age 17 and below, right? Ones that already got COVID plus natural immunity and /or, the good old jabby jab. Well, a few countries that you wouldn't expect are actually pushing against those. Not to mention the fact of the matter that big tech / governments are also, covering up / censoring things around people trying to, get some form of justice, closure, etc. for family members or loved ones, etc. that have died from getting these little, life-saving jabs. It's kind of fucked up, isn't it? But before we go ahead and get more into this, though, cue intro. Alright, so two of the world's cleanest countries are doing the exact opposite of what the good old US / UK, the leaders of a pandemic which went horribly for, anybody but the uber rich and or big businesses which only saw their profits soar. Denmark and Sweden have officially recommended against vaccinating healthy children for COVID. Other countries have also been cautious about recommending it given the myocarditis risk, but not America. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and Dr. Anthony Fauci keep pushing hard for all healthy children to have 4 doses of COVID vaccines, despite the lack of clinical outcomes data to support the recommendation. If public health officials get their way, every healthy 12-year-old girl in America will get 70 COVID vaccine doses in her average lifespan, with a risk of heart damage, myocarditis, after each shot. Instead of following the science, U.S. officials continue to propagate old myths that vaccines prevent transmission and that myocarditis is more common after COVID than after the vaccine. Not true. Myocarditis is 4 to 28 times more common after the vaccine in a cohort of young males, a recent JAMA cardiology study found. That's pretty fucked up, right? Now, myocarditis, if any of you guys have actually been paying attention, has actually been on a significantly worrying rise ever since these jabs were first introduced, especially with the push for the 10 plus boosters. Not only that either, but like we said before, big tech companies, governments, and or the legacy media have been censoring people which have been trying to advocate for loved ones or just good people in general that have died and or been seriously injured after receiving these, vaccines. Let's take a bit more of a look on that here real quick. In a New England Journal of Medicine analysis of 136 people hospitalized for vaccine-induced myocarditis, 2 were in critical condition and 1 22-year-old died. The CDC, instead of making public its investigations into children dying immediately after the COVID vaccine, has been busy colluding with big tech to shut down scientific debate and censor true patient stories. Wow, shocker there, right? It comes as campaign groups representing hundreds of people who suffered illness or lost loved ones after being vaccinated will be allowed to give evidence to the public inquiry. Anne Morris KC, representing UK CB Family, Vaccine Injured Bereaved UK, and Scottish Vaccine Injury Group told the inquiry, censorship is a very real issue for the vaccine injured and bereaved. For those of you guys who are not aware, bereaved basically just means whenever somebody has a significant loss of family or loved ones due to some sort of condition. Their support groups have been shut down by social media platforms and their experiences censored by the mainstream media. They have to speak in code online for fear of having the only source of support taken away from them. The inquiry was told that those left genuinely injured or bereaved from vaccines are unable to express or record their experiences without being misunderstood, misrepresented, or used for somebody else's agenda. So this stuff's really messed up, and it's been going on for quite a minute. It's even more severe than, for people like me or much bigger content creators than I currently am, like Joe Rogan, Russell Brand, Dr. John Campbell as well too. He's a great freaking doctor. He talks about this stuff. But these are actual people and families that have either experienced extreme loss, or a family member has been extremely hurt because of these jabs that they've been getting. Nobody's been able to get justice for it, or really honestly a full sense of closure, because these really corrupt companies, governments, etc. have been censoring them, blacklisting them, ostracizing them from society, making people call them, just crazy loony bin conspiracy theorists, etc. You name it. It's just really messed up that this shit's going on, right? Why on earth is that happening? That should not be a thing. Public health officials should be doing the exact opposite of that. But if you guys remember, people like Anthony Fauci were telling coroners not to do their jobs after, people came in after getting these jabs, which had died. But shh, you're not supposed to know that. Hey boss, there's been all these people that have been dying after getting COVID vaccines. Shouldn't we look into this? Oh no, don't worry about that at all there, Timmy. It's okay. We don't need to worry about that at all. If we start investigating that, we're gonna lose money. So just don't worry about it. I don't know, boss. It seems pretty bad, and wouldn't we get in trouble for that if we didn't do anything? Shut up, Timmy. Just get over there and freaking do your damn job. Nobody pays you to question us. Just get over there and do your job and start censoring people so this doesn't get out of hand and we don't lose any more money. Or do you want me to start giving you pay cuts or fire you like the other people so you can't feed your families anymore? Okay, boss. I'll get right on it. A survey of UK CB family members reported that 73% have considered suicide, with a member of the group having taken his own life last August. The inquiry also heard examples of NHS workers who had experienced significant adverse vaccine reactions but felt unable to speak about the issue in their workplace. We represent one nurse who wishes to remain anonymous, Miss Morris added. She doesn't want her colleagues to know about her vaccine reaction because she isn't sure of the responses she will encounter. Now, isn't that really messed up, you guys? The fact of the matter that people that worked in the NHS felt that they couldn't come out and speak about the reactions that they had observed, which is a part of their job. They felt like that because they feared losing their jobs over it, which should show you that something is seriously messed up in that instance. Not only that, a nurse also is like that too, and I know that is the case for several other nurses out in America and in other countries across the world that are just like this. And so totalitarian and just authoritarian as shit about everything with COVID. Even if there's logical, actual scientific evidence, which is not politicized, by the way, which would show the fact of the matter that there's bad reactions happening to a significant portion of the population. 2 years ago, prior to her vaccine, she had a senior position working 12-hour night shifts. She's a single parent and her family relies on her income. 4 days after her second COVID vaccine, the nurse experienced period bleeding for no apparent reason, and 3 days later was diagnosed with bilateral large volume pulmonary embolism, a type of blood clot in the lungs with right heart strain. Miss Morris added she's battled for 2 years and now she's managing one 9-hour shift per week in a different role entirely, but that one shift is still extremely challenging for her due to ongoing symptoms. Her Her life has been turned upside down and she's undergone significant trauma, yet cannot speak about the cause for fear of recrimination. Another example was given of a specialist theater nurse who was diagnosed with vaccine-induced pulmonary fibrosis, a serious and lifelong lung disease which currently has no cure. She was told she would lose her job if she didn't take the vaccine, Miss Morris said. So despite her misgivings, she went ahead because she's a single mother of 2 children. Now those children are her carers. That's really messed up, isn't it? These people who are nurses working in the health field should be able to, be accommodated or get actual help, right, whenever they have health complications after taking vaccines which are supposed to help them. I've been saying for a while that these are experimental jabs, and there's so much evidence to prove out there that they were significantly under-tested, and these are prime examples of that.
Allegedly.
And one of them, we're told, actually, maybe even both of them, we don't entirely know because what's been said inside this article, were threatened to lose their jobs if they didn't take these vaccines, which goes against the Nuremberg Code. It's actually in the first section. It's a part where it says you cannot coerce people to take medical things or participate in medical procedures that they do not want to, whether that's for religious purposes, spiritual ones, etc. It does not matter. Even if there are none of those, you cannot force somebody to participate in medical procedures or get any sort of medical object or thing put in them, etc., if they do not want to. You cannot threaten to fire them. That is coercion. That is straight coercion. It is against the law. You can't bribe them either or anything like that, whether it's with the old lottery tickets, free Krispy Kreme donuts, etc. That is all coercion. That is all against international law that was made after everything that happened in Nazi Germany. I've been saying this for a while. You cannot do it. You just cannot do it. It's against the law. It's not right. I know I repeated myself like 3 times there, but god damn, it's so ridiculous. They've been doing this shit since the beginning, you guys. I've been saying this since the beginning. And it's about at the point where people are pretty much fed up, and I don't know, you guys can imagine what happens when people get really fed up on a massive scale with their governments. It's happened in history before, and it can get pretty violent. But you cannot do that. I left a job because of that. I actually liked my part-time job, my 9-to-5 job, you feel me, to sustain me for however long until I could get enough money through other means to support all my content creation and make it my main time gig and get paid for it. You feel me? Simply because they were trying to make me get swabs of my nasal cavity every week to test for it, and or any other way it could be. It's literally a medical procedure I did not want, and that's simply because of my spiritual beliefs. You feel me? I'm not a religious person by any means, but I know how strong the human body is, and my body had been around enough people with it, etc., that have had it or did have it, and just freshly, got out of quarantine, etc., that I was around when all of it was starting out. You feel me? It's been in court hearings too. I've watched videos talking about it in the courtroom. It's hilarious. You guys gotta realize they are literally breaking laws intentionally so they can make profit and money. That's enough about what I think. What do you guys think though? My adoring tribe members, new viewers, fans, etc. Let us know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments section down below. So that way, other people can see the different ranging of opinions on this stuff, because it's one of the many spices of life that makes it so beautiful. You feel me? Different opinions converging in one spot, helping each other learn and grow, and just, letting each other know that they're not alone, or that it's okay to think about these things independently compared to everybody else. You feel me? Because that's a part of life. But if you guys did make it to this point in the video, go and leave the word exposed in the comment section down below to let me know that you made it to the end and that you guys are part of the 1,000,000% tribe. And if you guys want a more interactive experience with us, come join us live every Wednesday and Friday from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Central Time over here on the main YouTube or on our Twitch, where we, play games such as Pokemon Unite, Fortnite, Apex Legends, etc. A variety of games, just whatever floats the mood. We predominantly stick to Pokemon Unite. However, though, we do like to change it up every Friday, depending on what you guys want to play. If you want to see anything in particular, let us know in the comment section down below, too. But would always be nice to have more people in there, because the more the merrier. We tend to, drop some dark humor jokes, talk about stuff like this as well, too, and just, entertain conspiracies with actual facts in it, you feel me, and ones that expose corruption within the systems of the world, and just goof off and have a good time, you feel me? But if you guys like that, we also do have our Discord tribe where we do movie/weeb night every other Friday, watching things such as anime like Dragon Ball Super, My Hero Academia, etc. Buttload of quality stuff. And we also do watch cartoons in there as well too. We do also happen to discuss things like philosophical and spiritual topics as well too, if you guys are into that stuff. Also do the politics discussions respectfully, of course, because that's how it's supposed to be done. But only rules are, don't be a prick, be a decent human being, you feel me? And gotta be able to take a joke. That's really the only rules, and that's because we do bust each other's asses in there too quite a bit. So you guys got to, be able to take a joke, because it's not for the faint of heart, and we also have dark humor shared in there quite a bit. Also, if you guys did enjoy, as usual, please don't forget to hit that like button and smash the shit out of the subscribe button. It really does help me out a lot, and it also helps to, let me know personally what you guys are enjoying that I'm putting out there for you. It also, when you guys do this or share it with your friends, it helps people understand that they're not crazy for sharing this stuff or talking about it, rather, etc. It lets them know it's okay to think independently of these really shitty, corrupt systems and society that we have. And it really does, help a lot of people out when you guys do, and that's the most important thing of all. But until next time, though, my dudes, please don't forget to, live long and prosper. Take care and peace. Keep it 1,000,000% real. And as always, fuck the system. I will see you on the flip side, Z Tribe. Yo!
The people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is a man.